Colorado High School Activities Association softball is on 1010 KSIR and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. This afternoon from Jocelyn Needham Field in Brush, it's a Patriot League clash as the visiting University Bulldogs take on the Brush Bee Diggers. I'm John Beltran, and we're looking forward to a big game here considering the Bee Diggers are 8-7, winning 2 of their last 3 games at the Northridge Invitational and looking to avenge a 13-1 season loss to begin the season here to this University team. That game was in Greeley. This game is in Brush. And the Bee Diggers right now are sitting in the middle of the Patriot League standings. And you know the top teams there are Eaton, University, and Sterling. Brush is right there with Strasburg, but Strasburg out in front of Brush because they defeated Brush earlier this season. And then this begins a busy week for the Bee Diggers. Tomorrow they entertain Resurrection Christian. Thursday they're at Valley. And then they'll have more games coming up next week as well, including the aforementioned games against Strasburg. They still got Lions on the road. They still have Sterling to play here. But the winning's got to begin today for the Bee Diggers in Patriot League play. Of the 7 losses, only 2 have been one-sided. 1 to Eaton and 1 to this University team. All right, we'll take a little break here. We'll come back with the first pitch between the Bee Diggers and University Bulldogs here from Brush on 1010 KSIR and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. All right, John Beltran back in Brush. We'll get to the starting lineup here for the University Bulldogs, looking for the season sweep of the Bee Diggers after the 13-1 victory to open up the season. Batting first. For this University team as the opening pitch. Let's get to that first of all. As Mason Unrein will deliver the pitch here, righty against righty. And that pitch is upstairs. A ball and no strikes. That is Callie Jones. Kaylin Baca, the center fielder, hits second. Caden Wyatt bats third. The cleanup hitter is Addison Harding. Swung on and lifted foul down the left side. Ashlyn Knapp, the second baseman, at 5th. Kendry Kern at 3rd at 6th. The left fielder, Aspen Hikita, bats 7th. Ileana Martinez bats 8th. And Riley Tennant, check that, it'll be Kayla Kingsley batting 9th. For the Bee Diggers defensively, Olivia Gillick at first. Keely Langford at second. The third baseman's Avery Lefevre. In between them at short is Braylon Rule. Harley Holdren in left. And center fielder's Carly Tatalini. The right fielder's Delaney Draggard. Behind the plate is Amaya Bruno. And 1 ball and 1 strike. And the changeup has popped up. Foul territory. A beautiful basket catch. Facing the fence here for Amaya Bruno. A tremendous play. There's one down here in the top of the first inning. She didn't rip off the mask. She didn't have time to rip off that mask. She had to turn around and make the catch, but a great changeup, maybe the best that Mason Unrein has thrown this season. Opening pitch today was brought to you by Buildings by Design. When it comes to experience, Buildings by Design is the very best in the business. Kaylin Baca, the pitch, squaring to bunt, lays it down up the third base side. Barehanded by Bruno. First to base in time. Nice fire to first base there by Amaya Bruno, and there's 2 down. Lots of athleticism behind that plate for Amaya Bruno. The bunt didn't travel more than a few feet up the third base side. And here's the right-handed hitting Caden Wyatt. University 11-4 coming in. The Bee Diggers at 8-7. With an open stance from the right side. And the pitch by Unrein is taken for a strike down the middle at the knees. It's 0-1. University's been able to hit the ball this year, no doubt about it. That's one of the reasons they're 11-4. And the offering. Swung on and chopped foul up the third base side. No balls and 2 strikes. 351 as a team here for University. This hitter Wyatt hitting .434. 2 down and the base is empty. Mason Unrein comes home. Changeup is lifted to center field. Callie Tatalini's right there, makes the catch. And it's a 1-2-3 inning here for Mason Unrein as we head to the bottom of the first inning. The University Bulldogs do not score. In fact, they didn't threaten there. Excellent pitching by Mason Unrein. The Beat Diggers are coming to bat on 1010 KSIR and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. Beat Diggers starting lineup is brought to you by Equitable Savings and Loan. Mobile banking on the go makes banking easier for you on your on the go. Check them out at Equitable Savings and Loan. Batting first is Avery Lefevre. The second hitter for Brush is shortstop Braylon Rule. Callie Tatalini bats third. The cleanup hitter's the left fielder Harley Holdren. Pitcher Mason Unrein hits fifth. Olivia Gillick, the first baseman, bats sixth. The second baseman at seventh, that is Keely Langford. Catcher Amaya Bruno hits eighth, and DH Nevaeh Tolentino hits ninth. All against a very solid starting pitcher in Addison Harding. Over at first is Riley Tennant. Ashlyn Knapp at second. Kendry Kearns at third. Caden White in between them. At short and left field is Aspen Hikita. Center fielder is Caitlin Baca. Right fielder Callie Jones. Behind the plate, Ileana Martinez. And here comes Harding. Swung on and chopped up the middle. The shortstop to her. And right underneath her glove for an error. That'll be an error on Wyatt. Should have been fielded there on that chopper hit by Lefevre. And the Beat Diggers had the first base runner of the game. Here is Braylon Rule. So Lefevre officially there at 0 for 1. But does get the base hit off Addison Harding, the pitch. Up and away, ball 1. 1 ball and no strikes. Lefevre came in hitting .290. Braylon Rule at .435. And with Lefevre's speed, you can get her over pretty quickly. Addison Harding, the right-hander, comes home. Inside. It is 2-0 to Braylon Rule. Beat Diggers off to an excellent start on the field. Mason Unrein throwing virtually nothing but strikes. The pitch swung on and chopped foul up the third base side. Count moves to 2 balls and 1 strike. 2-1 to the Beat Diggers shortstop. Lefevre led off with that error by the shortstop Wyatt. And the pitch scoring to bunt and lays it down right in front of the pitcher. She charges, throws to first for the out. That'll be 1-4 as the second baseman Ashlyn Knapp was covering. And there is 1 down, but it is a sacrifice. Here is Callie Tatalini. Let's check out the average on Tatalini. Hitting .297 on the season. The pitch upstairs. 1 ball and no strikes. This University team knows that Brush has improved vastly since that first game. The Beat Diggers are a winning team right now at 8-7. At second is Lefevre. 1 ball and no strikes. And the offering. That is on the outside corner for a strike. That is painted gorgeously. Count is level at 1-1 to Callie Tatalini. She's ready in the pitch. Swung on and lifted foul. Out of play off to the right. 1 ball and 2 strikes on the left-handed hitting center fielder Callie Tatalini. Trying to get the numbers here on Addison Harding. And the pitch Swung on and driven deep and foul up the right side. Hit that a mile, but way out in front. It remains at 1-2 to Callie Tatalini. Yeah, Harding's an excellent pitcher, not in the category of a Sadie Ross of Eaton, but she's certainly a very good one. At second, Lefevre, 1 out, no score, bottom 1 in the pitch. Swung on and fouled back. Working that count. Still at 1-2. Trying to drive in the game's first run. The pitch. Swung on, grounded up the middle. Second baseman, nice play to her right. Throws to first late. Tatalini beats it out. Did they call her out? Did they call her out? That's crazy. Oh, my gosh. She was safe by a mile. Oh, boy, that is a terrible call. That is an awful call. I mean, that is inexplicably bad. I can't believe that Tom Odell's not out there arguing that. How that was called out. She was clearly in there. That should have been a base hit as the play was made by Ashlyn Knapp. And the pitch. That is a strike on the outside corner. Oh, my gosh, that was an awful call at first base. Yeah, I mean, I rarely say it with that level of degree, but there's no doubt that she beat that out. No balls and 1 strike. I mean, that changes the whole inning. The pitch. And that is on the outside corner. Let's see. Yep, right there. Paul Deneen is a perfect picture. That ball is still in flight. Paul saved that picture. Everybody would love to see that one. You always save the best ones. That ball was still several inches away from the first baseman's glove. Upstairs. Paul Deneen is a pro from the Fort Morgan Times. The foot was on the bag, and the ball was still in flight. How that was called an out at first base is beyond me. An atrocious call out there. No other way to say it. 1 ball, 2 strikes in the pitch. Swung on, driven into the left center field gap. That's going to score the run from third easily. Holdren around first, racing for second. She's in there with a 2-out RBI double. Well, the Bee Diggers could have had 2 there. Runners at second and third with 1 out. But they do have a 1-0 lead in the bottom of the first inning. Here is Mason Unrein. Well, Harley Holdren lifts that average. Holdren was hitting .316. Now she's driven in 12. She's got the team lead way outside. Here to Unrein, having a good year, batting .390. Overcast skies right now. First pitch temperature was at 66 degrees. And the pitch swung on and fouled off to the right. The Bee Diggers did have a 1-0 lead in that 13-1 loss at University. But that team was not this team. This team now has a lot more experience, a lot of more varsity experience. They're on their home field. 1 ball and 1 strike. The pitch swung on and flared towards second. Knapp has it. Throw to first, and that is in time. Now that is a legitimate out. As Ashlyn Knapp on that 1-hopper retires Mason Unrein. The Bee Diggers in the first inning score a run. There was a base hit, an error, and a runner left in scoring position. Let's head to the second inning as the sun has disappeared. But the Bee Digger bats are right there. It's Brush 1, University nothing on 1010 KSIR and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. Let's head to the top of the second inning. 1-0 Brush the pitch, and that is inside. Mason Unrein was outstanding in the first inning. She's facing Addison Harding right now. Big, strong right-handed hitter for University. Again, we're trying to pull up these numbers for the Bulldogs. And that pitch is upstairs. But they're hitting very well as a team this year. That we told you earlier, trying to get the actual individual numbers, and Mason misses badly, 3-0. That's going to be the one bugaboo. 3 balls and no strikes. Got to find the plate, and that's down the middle at the knees for a strike. Brush pitching this year has actually been pretty good. It's a quantum leap from a year ago. 3-1. Swung on, that is chopped to short. Tatalini's got it. She fires to first for the out. And there's one down. Close play over there, but she did make it. And if you get that solid defense, and a nice job of Unrein coming back from a 3-0 count. And that ball was hit sharply. Addison Harding going in was batting .451 and only a freshman, but she looks like a senior. The pitch swung on and lifted foul, out of play off to the left by Ashlyn Knapp, a senior second baseman, hitting .383. 1-0 B Diggers on a 2-out RBI double in the bottom of the first inning from Harley Holdren. And the offering. Swung on, that ball's grounded foul up the third base side. First B-Digger run brought to you by Greg Mullen at State Farm Insurance. Like a good neighbor, Greg Mullen is there. He's been serving your needs here, your insurance needs in Northeast Colorado for a long time. 842-4555, a true professional. Greg Mullen at State Farm Insurance. The pitch and the changeup stayed high. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Here to the right-handed hitting Ashlyn Knapp. The pitch. Upstairs again. Unrein is retired the first 4 Bulldogs she's faced. 2-2. The pitch. Swung on, that's grounded foul again up the third base side. Kendry Kern is on deck. Yeah, there's only offensive numbers that I'm looking at here. Well, let's see. We can pull up the pitching. 8-2 with a 3.07 ERA for Harding. I can't believe she's a freshman. Man, she's big and strong. The pitch, up and away. Ball 3, strike 2. Laying down the sign is Bruno. The offering. Swing and a miss, and Unrein strikes out Ashlyn Knapp. She took something off it. And there's 2 down, 5 in a row retired by Mason Unrein. And Kendry Kern will now hit for the Bulldogs, batting .333. Righty against righty, and the offering. Swung on line, base hit into right center field. A 2-out base hit. And check that. I think I mentioned earlier that Tatalini made the play short. It was Braylon Rule. So correction there. Tatalini's played lots of short, but normally when Rule's on the mound. So it was Braylon Rule made the excellent play to begin this inning. Tatalini is in center. Here's Aspen Hikita. Hikita batting .308. Another right-handed hitter in the pitch. Upstairs. We've had some very good defense by Brush. The play by 2 plays by Bruno. 1 behind the plate on a foul ball and 1 on a bunt by Baca. And then that one by Braylon Rule to begin the second inning. The offering. Upstairs and inside. 2 balls and no strikes. The B-Diggers scored their run with 2 outs. University looking to match it. Also with 2 down. In this inning. The pitch. Up and away. 3-0 with the catcher Ileana Martinez waiting to hit next. 3-0 pitch. Swung on, popped up. The pitcher Unrein to her left. Who's going to make the catch? And it was, I think it was Gillick. They converged. I'm not sure who called that, but nonetheless, the play is made. Yeah, we were blocked off for a second, and the B-Diggers escape a disaster there just based on that play alone. No runs on 1 hit for University, no errors, and 1 runner left. An inning and a half is complete from Jocelyn Needham Field. And from Jocelyn Field specifically in Brush, the score, Brush 1, University nothing on 1010 KSIR and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. John Beltran back in Brush. 1-0 Bee Diggers in the bottom of the second inning on Harley Holdren's RBI double with 2 outs. And the pitch swung on, line into center field, coming on and making the catch is Caitlin Baca. 1 out on 1 pitch. That ball was hit on a dead line there by Olivia Gillick. She stroked. That's as hard a ball as you can hit. Here is Keely Langford. Gillick's average is going to drop from 281. Langford at 217. And the offering. Swung on and grounded slowly on the right side. Second baseman flips to first for the out as Knapp makes the play, and Langford is out number 2 on the second pitch of the bottom of the second inning. That'll bring up Amaya Bruno. The Bee Diggers will be wise here to take a pitch. Not to work the pitcher, just to give him a breather in the dugout. Bruno hitting 270. Addison Harding, the right-hander, comes home. Fouled off the catcher, Martinez. It's 0-1. Well, if Bruno's retired, the number 9 hitter comes up for Brush in the third. The number 9 hitter is coming up for University in the third. No balls and 1 strike. The offering. That is just outside. And the count levels at 1-1. University in their navy blue uniforms, the Bee Diggers in their gold uniforms and the black pants. Looking over at that armband is the pitcher Harding, the offering. That is up and away. Ball 2, strike 1. B&B Appliance and Repair, from refrigerators to vacuums and everything in between. They have exactly what you need, and they will service it as well. B&B Appliance and Repair. 2 balls, 1 strike the pitch. Swung on and fisted in the air and caught by the pitcher Harding, and it's an easy play and an easy inning for Addison Harding. We have played 2 innings in Brush in this Patriot League battle between the Bee Diggers and University Bulldogs. 1-0 Brush on 1010 KSIR and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. 1-0 Brush leads University. Good game so far as we head to the third. Mason Unrein to the number 8 hitter. I said 9. It's going to be 8. Ileana Martinez swung on and grounded up the middle. Shortstop cannot get it. Braylon Rule went to her left, but it's a base hit. The second for University, but this one opens up the third inning. And here is Kayla Kingsley. That's the thing. In baseball or softball, you never know which part of the lineup is going to do the damage. Kingsley hitting 250. Tall hitter. And a senior. Both University and Brush were Final Four teams a year ago. University graduated some key players, but the Bee Diggers graduated most of theirs. Mason Unrein looks in. And the pitch inside. A ball and no strikes. Yeah, you can sense right now that with the number 1 hitter on deck, they don't get Kingsley out. This could be at least a 1 or 2 run type of inning for University. Squaring to bunt. It's high. Throw to second is up the second base side. And an easy steal. As Keely Langford had to go to her left and well off the bag just to get that ball in the air. 2 balls and no strikes. A stolen base for Martinez. Kingsley back of the box. 2-0 pitch. A beautiful pitch on the outer half. It's 2-1. Took something off it. 2 balls and 1 strike. Mason Unrein to Kayla Kingsley. Bruno lays down the sign. The pitch. Swung on, grounded, fair down the third base side. Boy, I got on top of Lefevre. She could not get her glove down. The throw's going to be up towards home for some reason. There was no play at home. Scoring easily is Martinez. That play should have been to second by Holdren. That's not the right throw. And it's tied at 1. Ellie Baca, the courtesy runner, actually scored. But yeah, Lefevre didn't expect that one. That ball got right down the line. Here's Callie Jones. She popped up her first time out. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss up at the letters. It's 0-1. No balls and 1 strike. In fact, she hit that pop-up that was caught by Bruno. So has not hit the ball forward yet. And the offering squaring to bunt. Lays it down third base side. Going to be a tough one. Barehanded by Unrein. Throw to first late. It's a base hit. Runners at the corners. That's the 3rd consecutive hit for University. And Callie Jones beats out that bunt beautifully. Baca tried to bunt for a base hit. She was thrown out by Bruno in the first inning. And now just a ball on the ground will give University the lead here in the 3rd. Kingsley and Jones on the bases. The pitch, and that one bounces in, bounces away, and it advanced to second. Kingsley's going to stay at 3rd. It will be a wild pitch because one runner was able to advance in Jones. 1 ball and no strikes. University has 4 hits in the game. Pitch is low. Yeah, Brush right now has to get that first out before this inning gets out of hand. The infield is playing halfway. 2 balls and no strikes to Caitlin Baca. The offering. That's down and away. 3-0. On deck is Caden Wyatt, the pitch. That's a strike. Let her high. It's 3-1. Brush had a 1-0 lead in the first inning on Harley Holdren's RBI double. A 2-out double. The pitch. Swung on. Grounded to short. Braylon Rule looks to third. Throws to third. The tag. Out at third base is Kayla Kingsley. That'll go 5-6. Check it 6-5 in the fielder's choice. 1 down. Runners at first and second. Boy, that's an excellent play by Rule and Lefevre. One down here for Caden Wyatt. She popped to center her first time up. The pitch swung on and fouled off to the right and out of play. Yeah, Kingsley was going to go for home as soon as the throw was to first, but she was so far off the bag. She threw to Lefevre, and then Lefevre applied the tag. And Mason Unrein comes home. That's upstairs. Good rise ball there, but Caden Wyatt did not bite. A ball and a strike. Brush scored a run in the first. University has a run here in the third. And still batting with 2 on and 1 down. Unrein delivers. Very high. Man, Bruno's done a nice job behind the plate in recent games when I've seen her. Ball 2, strike 1. Unrein twirling that ball on her right hip. Time is called. Bank of Colorado is the only bank dedicated to help you make the most of living in Colorado, not just a bank in Colorado. They're Bank of Colorado, proud supporter of local sports and academics. High, throw back to first, and they've got the runner between first and second. The throw towards Keely Langford. She will apply the tag, and now the runner breaks for the plate. She's going to score. Boy, Keely fell asleep there. She's got to be aware. She applied the tag, took 2 steps, and then threw home. You got to spin and throw quickly. So they do get Caitlin Baca. And that pickoff is going to go 1 to 3, check it, 2 to 3 to 4. But Jones scored all the way around second. 2-1 University. Yeah, Keeley made the right play, but as soon as you apply the tag, you got to spin and throw. If she spins and throws, they might have her at the plate. Instead, there was no throw. And that's high. It's a walk. That'll bring up Addison Harding, who grounded to short. And I can't believe she's a freshman. She's got to be at least 5'10", 5'11", not taller than that. She's got a presence at the plate and on the mound. Wind and pitch. Swung on, grounded sharp to the short, takes a vicious hop on Braylon Rule. Ricochets into center. The throw to third, and Lefevre has it in a hop and sliding into third base is Caden Wyatt. That'll be a base hit. A wild hop there towards Rule. Nothing she could do. That'll send up Ashlyn Knapp. 4 hits in the inning for the Bulldogs. And there is a courtesy runner for University. Over at first base. With 2 on and 2 out. Let's see if we get the courtesy over there. And the pitch is a ball. Looks like Kravig over there at first is the courtesy runner. 1 ball and no strikes, 2-1 Bulldogs. The pitch swung on, line to left field. Holdren comes on and tried to field it in a hop, and it gets underneath her glove all the way to the fence. Rounding third is the courtesy runner Kravig to the plate. She's in there. Then the ball gets away, and all the way to third is the hitter, Ashlyn Knapp. It'll be a 2-run double. It's a 4-1 lead for the Bulldogs. That ball was struck hard. Here's Kendry Kern. 5 hits in the inning for University. And this is the team that has won 11 games. You knew they would come around at some point after Unrein shut them down over the first 2 innings. And this will be the 8th hitter of the inning. Kern had the first base hit for University, and that was an inning ago. The offering upstairs. 1 ball and no strikes. Yeah, they did get a break on that bad hop base hit. To Braylon Rule, the pitch. Swung on, grounded left side. Rule has got it. She fires to first, and that is the out. And that is the top of the 3rd inning as University is retired. They do score. 4 runs in the inning on 5 hits. No errors, and a Bulldog was left on base. To the bottom of the 3rd we go. In Brush, it's University 4. The Bee Diggers 1 on 1010 KSIR and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. Addison Harding takes the circle again with the Bee Diggers trailing the University Bulldogs 4-1. Brush will send up the 9-1 and 2 hitters, Nevaeh Tolentino, Avery Lefevre, and Braylon Rule. Tolentino is hitting .263 as she steps in from the right side. And the offering. That is upstairs, a ball. Let's see if Brush can chip away just a bit. Very tough against this pitcher. The pitch. It's in the dirt. That'll help. Bee Diggers trailing only 4-1 despite being out hit 6-1. 2 balls and no strikes. The pitch. Up and away. 3 balls and no strikes. Harding has not walked or struck out a batter yet, so the Bee Diggers are coming up swinging. 3-0 to Tolentino, but she should be taking here. And does. It's a bouncer in the dirt. Here's Avery Lefevre. She grounded a short, but it went right underneath Caden Wyatt's glove for the University error that they've committed in the game. The Bee Diggers don't have an official error, but they made a couple of plays that were questionable in the outfield, throwing to the wrong base. Here's a sophomore Lefevre. The pitch upstairs. That's 5 consecutive balls to begin the bottom of the third by Addison Harding. A ball and no strikes. Lefevre stepping in. And the pitch. Swung on and lifted towards shallow left center field. That will drop for a base hit. Oh, that's a very late jump and the throw to second and out. Out at second base. And I don't know if that's Tolentino over there, a courtesy runner, but that was a terrible jump from first, and there's one down. Yeah, I think Tolentino stated she should have been off. Yeah, there is no reason. She completely misjudged it. She almost was way too close to first base. Man, that should be first and second with nobody out, but that's a big base running mistake. One down, the pitch. Swing and a miss by Braylon Rule. She had a sack bunt her first time up. Yeah, I'm 100 feet away, and I could easily tell. I'm way, way behind the plate. I could easily tell that was going to drop, but Tolentino at first had no clue. She played it like that ball was going to be caught. And she was out by a good 1.5 feet at second base. That has popped up in the infield. The shortstop, Wyatt, ranges in, makes the two-handed grab. And there's 2 down. Yeah. Rally killers. Tatalini had some great swings the first time up before she grounded to the second baseman, Ashlyn Knapp. Not Harding looking over towards the dugout. I'm not sure why. Her own dugout. Maybe had to pitch Tatalini because she had a couple of real ropes, but they were foul. The offering. Swung on and hit slowly towards second. Knapp charges, throws to first on a check swing of all things. Boy, Tatalini got cheated up there, but once you commit, you got to go all the way through. And the Bee Diggers do not score in inning number 3. They strand a runner to the 4th we go. University 4, Brush 1. This is 1010 KSIR and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. Mason Unrein delivers a strike to Aspen Hikita, who popped the second first time up. Top of the 4th inning, and the pitch swung on and driven a mile foul up the left side. 4-1 University. All those runs came in the 3rd inning. They got a couple of clutch 2-out hits to bolster that lead up to 4-1. Unrein ahead in the count. The offering. Oh, she bounced it in there. I think she was trying to throw a changeup. And it just slipped out of her hand completely. She rolled it up there. 1 ball and 2 strikes. The pitch. Swung on and chopped foul at the plate. It remains at 1-2. Premier Farm Credit understands production ag. They've been serving our rural communities for over 100 years in Sterling, Fort Morgan, Yuma, and Holyoke. Swung on, grounded foul along the third base side. Count stays at 1-2 to Aspen Hikita, who is the left fielder for the Bulldogs. Both teams have played exactly 15 games. The pitch. Changeup. That one bounced in. Yeah, she doesn't have a feel for that pitch. She threw one great changeup in the first inning, but none since then, at least that have succeeded. They've been non-competitive pitches because they've been shy of the plate. 2-2. And that one's in the dirt. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Unrein has a strikeout and a walk. That's the only strikeout by either side. And the pitch, not even close. That was rolled up there. Ahead in the count. And Unrein walks. Aspen Hikita, that is trouble with a 3-run deficit. And here is Ileana Martinez. She singled in the 4-run third. Bruno lays down the sign. Mason Unrein fires, squaring to bunt, lays it foul down third base side, but just a little bit behind the plate as well. No balls and 1 strike. Yeah, Bruno's showing a lot of athleticism behind that plate. Getting up out of that crouch very quickly. No balls and 1 strike. Unrein comes home. That is upstairs, and the count levels at 1-1. Bee Diggers softball tomorrow against Resurrection Christian at 4 o'clock. That should be a victory, considering that Res has struggled mightily all year, and Brush won 18-0 earlier this month. The offering, squaring to bunt, lays it right back to the pitcher. Throw to first is in time. Sacrifice goes 1-3. Unrein retires Ileana Martinez. And there's 1 out. And here's Kayla Kingsley. Kingsley singled to left. Kingsley's base hit drove in a run for University. And the offering. Swung on, driven deep to left field. Holdren is way back, and it is gone. A 2-run homer. A line drive home run for Kayla Kingsley, University, which scored 13 unanswered after trailing 1-0 in the first meeting in Greeley, has scored the last 6 runs of this game, and they lead 6-1. That was down and in, kind of golfed over the left field fence. We might see Braylon Rule here, and we will. We have a new pitcher for Brush. We'll take a break. Actually, it'll be Avery Lefevre that'll be coming in right after this on 1010 KSIR and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. And the pitch is upstairs. Avery Lefevre switches places now with Mason Unrein. The runner, there is no runner. It was a 2-run homer, John. Outside to Callie Jones. Jones has popped out and a bunt single, 1 for 2. 2 balls and no strikes. Lefevre delivers. That is right there. Belt high, strike 1 on the inner half. 2 balls and 1 strike. Brush led 1-0 on Harley Holdren's RBI double in the first inning. The University scored 4 in the third, 2 here in the fourth. The pitch extremely high. 3-1. You can tell that Avery is really fighting her mechanics right now. There is 1 out. The pitch, that's high, ball 4. Kaylin Baca grounded out on that bunt attempt and then hit into a fielder's choice, 6-5. As Rule through to the then third baseman Lefevre. So Baca's 0 for 2 despite being one of the better hitters on this team this year. And the pitch squaring to bunt. It is taken high. She did not square, or she didn't make an attempt at it. It's 1-0. Yeah, I mean, she is fighting her mechanics on the mound after certain pitches. Needs to find a groove. Lefevre has thrown 6 pitches, only 1 strike. The pitch, and that is taken for a strike on the inner half at the knees. Good pitch. 1 ball and 1 strike. 6-1 Bulldogs over the Bee Diggers in the fourth inning. At first is Callie Jones. Lefevre delivers. Changeup is very high. Yeah, good changeup. You can't slow down the arm motion. The spin's got to be different, but not the arm motion. Everything's slowed down there. 2-1. The offering nearly hit her. Yeah, I don't think Avery is sure where the ball's going right now. I think she's just battling out there. And just battling in more ways than one. The strike zone and her mechanics. The pitch swung on and flared foul up the third base side. Ball 3, strike 2. Tell you what, I usually drink less water when it's cooler, but I downed that first bottle like it was nothing. 3 balls, 2 strikes, and the pitch swung on, grounded foul along the third base side towards the Bulldogs' dugout. On a late swing, remains at 3-2, 1 down. Top of the 4th inning, University leads Brush 6-1. The pitch swung on and lifted a short, easy play for Braylon Rule. She's got it, 2 down. Did not have to move a step. That'll send up Caden Wyatt. Line to center and walked. Well, maybe Avery has found her rhythm and her zone. The pitch swung on, popped up into right. Draggart comes on, still coming, and she dropped the ball right in her glove. Runner around third towards the plate. It's up the third base side, and the ball gets away. And now to third, as it is now 7-1, is Caden Wyatt. Well, that'll be 2 errors on the right fielder. Draggart with a drop and then the throwaway. No RBI. Oh, man, that was right in her glove. And here is Addison Harding, grounded out and singled. An unearned run. Issue to Lefevre, the pitch. That's a strike on the inside corner. Yeah, a couple of errors there by the right fielder, Draggart. On the one play, the pitch bounces in. A ball and a strike. At third is Wyatt. They're on a 3-base double error, the pitch. And that is just a little bit down and away. 2 balls and 1 strike. Ashlyn Knapp is on deck. Addison Harding, a freshman, awaits the pitch. Swung on and chopped slowly. Third base side, Unrein has it. Throws to first in time. And Unrein is able to retire Addison Harding. But not good for the Bee Diggers in the inning. A 2-run homer for Kayla Kingsley. And then 2 errors on 1 play. University tallies 3 runs as we head to the bottom of the 4th inning in Brush. It's the Bulldogs 7, the Brush Bee Diggers 1 on 1010 KSIR and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. Let's go to the bottom of the 4th inning. University leads Brush 7-1. 7 unanswered runs for the Bulldogs. Here's Mason Unrein. Bee Diggers have to get something going here against freshman Addison Harding. Check that. Harley Holdren, Mason Unrein's on deck. Holdren had the 2-out RBI double. The pitch, swing and a miss. Couldn't catch up to that one. Just past the top of the hour, 5:02 Mountain Time in Brush, Colorado. This is 1010 KSIR, Brush, Fort Morgan, Weldona. Also on the web, KSIR.com, on the TuneIn app as well. The pitch upstairs, and all a production of the Eastern Plains Sports Network. 1 ball and 1 strike. We have Brush sports every day this week, except Wednesday. Softball tomorrow and Thursday. Brush football on Friday. Tyler Carmen and Ron Albo will be in Estes Park. The pitch swung on and lifted into left center field. Got some carry shy of the track is Caitlin Baca. She squeezes it for the out. That ball was in a long way by Holdren, but it's one down. The Bay Diggers have been limited to one hit. And that was Holdren's double, driving in a run. Mason Unrein grounded to second in her first plate appearance. And Harding comes home. Swing and a miss. Woo. Pulled the string there. It's 0-1. Sometimes you swing as slowly as the ball is delivered to the plate. And the offering. That is right there. Strike two. Belt high on the outer half. No balls and 2 strikes to Unrein. Stepping in a little bit closer to the plate. The pitch. Foul. Oh, no, it didn't. I thought it hit her bat. I thought it was a foul ball, but apparently it was a strikeout. She swung at a terrible pitch. It was so high, the catcher even standing couldn't get to it. I thought she got a piece of it. It'll be a strikeout, and she reaches first. No way they're going to throw her out there. So the Bay Diggers catch a break. That's a wild pitch, third strike. Yeah, I thought it might have been tipped, but that's not what they're saying. Unrein, she ran to first immediately, as if she knew. She swung and missed. Gillick lined to center first time up. And maybe that sound was the catcher's glove, by the way. She got just she grazed it with her glove. So that sometimes can throw you off, but it didn't throw the umpire off. 1 on, 1 out. The pitch. Strike on the inner half at the knees. Yeah, that is the first strikeout recorded by Addison Harding. But Unrein is on the base paths. The pitch. Swung on, grounded left side. It's going to be a tough one. Backhanded play. It'll be a base hit. Nothing Wyatt could do there. She couldn't field it cleanly, but she would not have thrown out Gillick. Brush has come through with their second hit, and all of a sudden, first and second with 1 out for Keely Langford, who grounded to second. So Keely at 0 for 1. Tried to go the other way her first time up. University leads Brush 7-1 in the bottom of the 4th inning. Harding delivers. Swing and a miss. For some reason, Keely took it 2 steps back as the ball was being delivered. I don't know if she was trying to go the other way. Sometimes you do that to open up the outside and you swing the other way like you did the first time up. 0-1. Here to Langford. And maybe she's been doing that all along and I didn't notice. And she did it again. Swung on, grounded to first, and stepping on the bag is Tennant for the out. The runners advance. And that time, one of her steps was towards the pitcher. So that's exactly what she did. She wanted to go the other way and hit that one very sharply. So a very good approach there by Keely. Unfortunately for her, did not find a hole. 2 down for Amaya Bruno. Yeah, you're not going to hit the ball much harder on the ground. But right at the first baseman, you can't do much there either. Bruno popped to the mound. So Unrein at third, Gillick at second. A base hit, and you draw the Bee Diggers to within 4. It's 7-1 right now. The pitch. Swing and a miss. On a pitch just above belt level, it's 0-1. To Amaya Bruno. Your friendly local community bank serving Wiggins and all surrounding areas. High Plains Bank. They're at highplainsbank.com. Foul to the screen on a pitch that jammed her. No balls and 2 strikes. 1-0 after 1 for Brush, then 4-1 after 3, and 7-1 now. Here in the bottom of the 4th inning for University. No balls and 2 strikes. To Amaya Bruno. The pitch. in the dirt. Blocked by Martinez. A ball and 2 strikes. Brush back at it tomorrow right here against Resurrection Christian. Not even close to the opponent University is. Swing and a miss. Second strikeout of the inning for Addison Harding. And the Bead Diggers are kept off the board again. No runs on 1 hit, no errors. And 2 left in scoring position. 4 complete. It's the University Bulldogs 7. The Brush Bead Diggers 1 on 1010 KSIR and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. University leads Brush 7-1. We hit the 5th inning. Pitch is up and away to Ashlyn Knapp. Struck out and doubled. And the double was a big one. It drove in 2 runs. And the offering inside from Avery Lefevre, 2-0. Lefevre relieved Mason Unrein in the 4th inning, and it's been a struggle here. She's thrown 11 balls and 8 strikes. Swung on and popped up. Who's going to call for it? The shortstop Rule ranges in and makes the grab for the out. Nice job of Braylon taking control in the infield. 1 down for Kendry Kern, who singled and grounded out. So Kern is 1 for 2. And that's the thing with Avery. She'll battle back. She has been battling back. She allowed an unearned run in the 4th. The pitch. Swung on, grounded slowly, left side. Rule charges, shortstop fires to first, 2 down. Nevaeh Tolentino, by the way, is the new right fielder. Well, the Bead Diggers get defense like that if they could just convert on the other end. Aspen Hikita has popped out and walked. 0 for 1 officially. 2 down and the bases empty in the 5th inning. Lefevre delivers. That's a strike down the middle. Thigh high, it's 0-1. Yeah, I'm guessing Braylon Rule would pitch tomorrow against Resurrection. And the pitch. That looks like a good one right there down the middle, same spot. No balls and 2 strikes. To Hikita. Lefevre looks in. Delivers. Change-up, did she go? I don't think she went, no. It was in the dirt. Well, I didn't think she swung. Did she swing? I thought they called her safe. That's not a swing, by the way. I don't know why the Bead Diggers are off the field. That is definitely not a swing. I didn't see a swing even from here. 1 ball and 2 strikes. The home plate umpire is calling the players in. That was not a swing. It was clearly ruled a non-swing at first. And to be honest with you, from here, she did not go. 1 ball and 2 strikes. That's a good call. To Aspen Hikita. Yeah, I mean, that bat did not go all the way through the zone or even halfway. The pitch swung on and driven to center in the air. To her left is Tatalini, makes the catch, and now the Bead Diggers can run into the dugout. A 1-2-3 inning by Avery Lefevre. 4.5 innings are in the books in Brush. University 4, Brush. University 7, Brush 1 on 1010 KSIR and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. Oh, this is going to be the inning for Brush. 9-1-2. Tolentino, Lefevre, and Rule. Tolentino walked her first time up, then made a really lackluster base running mistake, unfortunately for her. She thought a ball hit by Lefevre was going to be caught, and it wasn't even close to being caught. She was forced out at second. Pitches up and away from Addison Harding, who's allowed just 2 hits, a double to Holdren and a single to Olivia Gillick. The Bead Diggers looking for just a couple of runs in this. I mean, it'd be great if they get more. The pitch outside, 2-0. Tolentino's seen 6 pitches, and they've all been outside of the strike zone. 2 balls and no strikes. The pitch, foul to the backstop. It's 2-1 from this freshman, Addison Harding. He's thrown a lot of strikes. That was their 50th pitch. 34 strikes and 16 balls. 2-1. Up and in. It is 3-1. Here to Tolentino. Lefebvre waits to hit next. The pitch. Oh, man, that's a high strike. Oh, Tom Odell thought it was high. So did I. That looked like it was a little bit above the zone, but it was called a strike at 3-2. Line and pitch. Foul to the backstop. Nice protective swing there by Tolentino. 3 balls, 2 strikes. 7-1 University in the bottom of the 5th inning. The freshman right-hander Addison Harding winds and fires. Swung on, grounded to first. Easy play for Riley Tennant. She steps on the bag. 1 out. On that 3-hop roller. Lefebvre did reach on an error, and then a fielder's choice that I talked about, that 8-4 fielder's choice that should have been a base hit. So here we go. With Lefebvre, the offering. Swung on and chopped to third on a big hop. Throw to first is going to be in time, just in time, by a quarter of a step as Kern retires. Avery Lefebvre 2 down. Braylon Rule with a sac bunt, and she popped out. 0 for 1. Hasn't had a great swing yet. And with 2 down and the bases empty, not the best situation to get Braylon up at. The pitch. Upstairs. Yeah, I think Braylon is definitely a next-level player, certainly like Matty Rule. Heck of a player at Northeastern. The pitch. Swung on and chopped foul up the third base side. 1 ball and 1 strike. To Braylon Rule. We're in the bottom of the 5th inning. University leads Brush 7-1. The Bay Diggers have had little answer for Addison Harding. The pitch. That rolls to the screen. Ball 2, strike 1. Let's check the temp. All right, 64 degrees in Brush. 2 outs and a base is empty. And the pitch. Swung on, chopped to third. Big hop over there. Throw to first is high. Safe. Kern threw it a little bit high. Tennant came down on the bag. But late, that's an error on Kern, allowing the inning to be extended. For Carly Tatalini, who's grounded out twice to second. Oh, they can't appeal that. No, she was clearly safe. Yeah, I mean, University already got a huge call in the bottom of the 1st inning. I hope that's not... No way. I mean, you cannot argue that. No. No, she was clearly safe there. I mean, they got a huge call already earlier that was missed badly. So here's Tatalini. Yeah, I don't know why you would want to contest that one. Yeah, there was no question. No question that Braylon Rule beat Tennant to stepping on the bag once she came down with it. But, I mean, I guess it doesn't hurt to try, but they're not going to switch. Runner goes to second, stolen base. The pitch was outside. 1 ball and no strikes. Here to Tatalini, looking to drive in Brush's second run. The head coach is Chris Hutton, by the way, for the Bulldogs. The pitch, swung on, grounded to first, and Tennant has got it in fair territory, just inside the line. She steps on the bag, and that'll do it for Brush. Here in the bottom of the 5th inning. The Bead Diggers do not score. No hits, 1 error, and a base runner left in scoring position. The Bead Diggers are staying in the game, but they trail University as we head to the 6th inning in Brush. University's going for the season sweep. They're 6 outs away. They lead the Bead Diggers 7-1 on 1010 KSIR and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. 7 unanswered runs for University as we move to the top of the 6th inning in Brush. It'll be the bottom of the order. 8, 9, and 1. Well, sort of. Ileana Martinez, Kayla Kingsley, and Callie Jones against Avery Lefevre. She's done an excellent job so far in relief of Mason Unrein, and that pitch was very high. Martinez, though, has been a major threat here in the bottom of the lineup. She's singled and a sac bunt, so officially 1 for 1. The Bulldogs scored their 7 runs over the 3rd and 4th innings, and that pitch is in the dirt between Bruno's legs. 2 balls and no strikes. If anything, this is a confidence builder for Lefevre, even though the ball-to-strike ratio is not very favorable, but she's not given up an earned run since coming in, an unearned run in the 4th. We're now in the 6th, the 2-0. Whew. Extremely high. Off the glove, off the top of the glove of Bruno to the screen. And you can see what she's doing behind the rubber inside the circle is going through her mechanics, which you rarely see during a game. Almost like a charade of mechanics. 3-0 pitch. Right down the middle for a strike. Ball 3, strike 1 to Martinez, the University catcher. Kayla Kingsley has the lone home run of the game. A 2-run shot for University in the 4th. And that one's high. It's a walk. Harley Holdren has the lone RBI base hit for Brush. That was a double in the bottom of the 1st inning. Yeah, 2nd straight meeting. The Bead Diggers have actually gotten out on top of University. The problem is they haven't scored a run thereafter. 13 unanswered in the 1st meeting, 7 unanswered right now. Ellie Baca is the courtesy runner at first for Martinez. And she's already scored a run in the game. Here's Kingsley. Oh, man. And she can stroke it. A solid single to left and a line drive, 2-run homer over Harley Holdren. The pitch. A strike on the inside corner. And this is a tall hitter. So the strike zone has certainly expanded vertically. No balls and 1 strike. Maya Bruno lays down the sign. Yeah, you're only going to see heat here. Setting up on the outside corner, and she hits it right there, strike 2. I mean, that is a perfect target and a perfect pitch. And I think you might have to do that with Kingsley because she likes to pull the ball, as evidenced by her first 2 plate appearances. How about a little rise ball here? See if she goes fishing. No balls and 2 strikes. With a runner at first, nobody down in the 6th inning. The pitch swung on, driven deep into right center field, and that one is up against the middle of the fence. Rounding second to third is Baca. She's going to head towards the plate, and she's going to be in there. It's a long, long single for Kingsley. An RBI single. University now leads 8-1. And that thing was mashed. She's now 3 for 3. How is she the 9-hitter? Am I hallucinating here? She's the 9-hitter? That's an awfully strange lineup there for her being the 9th hitter. Katie Matthews is the courtesy runner at first base. Yeah, somebody like that should not be hitting out of the 9-hole. Let me see what she was hitting going into this game. Because that is odd. I mean, the 3 balls she has hit have been whacked. Yeah, we'll see if we get some numbers here for University. Off the Max Preps numbers. The pitch. Jones takes it for a strike at the knees. That's the first earned run allowed by Avery Lefevre. And if the Bee Diggers allow a few more runs, they could be in trouble and not play 7 innings. They're down 8-1. No balls and 1 strike. And Jones awaits the pitch from Lefevre. That is a strike. Woo! Well, that's the same high strike that was called against Brush, so now it's 0-2. And maybe that's what happens in a one-sided game. The strike zone is expanded vertically. No balls and 2 strikes in the offering. Swing and a miss. That pitch was letter high. Nice rise ball there by Lefevre. 1 down. Not too many strikeouts in this game. Lefevre picks up her first unrun, had 1, but even on the visiting side, Addison Harding has just 2 strikeouts herself. Caitlin Baca's 0 for 3, the offering, and that's down and away. 1 ball and no strikes. She grounded a short, a 6-5 fielder's choice, and also tried to bunt for a base hit, and Bruno threw her out in the first inning. And the 1-0 from Lefevre, and that's down and away. Same location, same call. It is 2-0. Yeah, the Bee Diggers, they don't need much of a confidence booster going into the game tomorrow against a team they beat 18-0. Swung on, grounded left side, and Rule has it, fires to first, and that's going to be late. It's a base hit. Yeah, Rule did everything she could, but clearly a base hit for Baca, especially out of the left-handed batter's box. And University is racking up base hits now. That is 9 in the game. Incredibly enough, Brush has stranded more runners. They've stranded 5. University stranded 3. So they've taken advantage of their opportunities. Caden White is 0 for 2. A run scored when she hit a fly ball to right that was dropped by Draggart. Liner, base hit into left field. Holdren comes up with that softball and gets it back in quickly all the way towards the plate. And the bases are loaded. White with her first hit. And here comes Addison Harding. And she has pulled all 3 pitches she's hit. A sharp grounder to Rule. How about Rule? A base hit and another grounder to third in her third plate appearance. The base is loaded and 1 out. Lefevre pitches. Down and in. The only out in this inning was a strikeout. And if you strike out Harding, you've got to pull out a magic trick. She's got a big, long swing to pitch. Upstairs, 2-0. Now you got to come in with a pitch somewhere near the middle. You don't want to walk in a runner. 2 balls and no strikes. 8-1 in the top of the 6th inning. With the bases loaded in the offering. Swung on and lifted towards shallow left center field, and that is going to drop in front of Tatalini, and now the ball gets away, and 3 runs are going to score to third all the way there, and standing in, it is Addison Harding. I'm not sure if that ball just went underneath her glove once it landed, but it was misplayed by Tatalini. We'll call it a 2-run single and an error, allowing the runner to get the third. And it's now 11-1, and the Bee Diggers are looking at a 6-inning game. Yeah, Carly looked like she just misplayed that. And Brush has committed their 3rd outfield error of this game. Yeah, that's just something that, I mean, they got to clean up that defensively. Without a doubt, with 3 runs scoring on 1 play. The infield is playing in the pitch. Change-up, check swing, foul to Ashlyn Knapp, who struck out a 2-run double, and she popped out. University has their second 4-run inning of the game. They had 3 in the 4th and 4 in the 3rd. Yeah, they've only scored in half the innings, but who cares? Those are crooked numbers. No balls and 1 strike. The pitch, up and away. Count levels at 1-1. University has matched their hit total with their run total. 11 runs on 11 hits. They've committed 2 errors. The Bee Diggers, 1 run, 2 hits, 3 errors. All by outfielders, which is rare. The pitch, swung on, chopped left side. Nice play by Unrein. Looks at third, throws to first for the out. Holding up is Harding, 2 down. And that actually could be a courtesy runner over there anyway. But that's a great play by Unrein. Yeah, no doubt the Bee Digger infield has outplayed the outfield. Kendry Kern has singled and grounded out twice. She is 1 for 3. Avery Lefevre gets the sign from Amaya Bruno. The pitch. Changeup swung on, popped up into shallow center. The shortstop Rule makes the catch. A nice basket catch in shallow center field by Braylon Rule. And University has finally retired in the top of the 6th inning. 4 runs on 4 hits. There was a brush error and 1 left. The Bee Diggers need a run to extend the game to the 7th. It's University 11, Brush 1 on 1010 KSIR and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. To the bottom of the 6th we go. This is it for Brush. If they don't score a run, they will have lost to University in abbreviated fashion for the 2nd time this season. They lost 13-1 to begin the season, and now down 11-1. Harley Holdren nearly hit a home run her first time up. It was a 2-out RBI double. That gave the Bee Diggers a 1-0 lead, which lasted till the 3rd. The pitch, swing and a miss out in front of the changeup. She also popped to the center fielder, Caitlin Baca. The lone senior on this team, Harley Holdren, awaits the no ball. 1-strike pitch for the right-hander, a freshman, Addison Harding. Here it is. Down and in, took something off it. Man, if Harding grows any more, and only a freshman, she could be like 6'4", 6'5". Long, long legs. I mean, she's got a major stride towards the plate. And the pitch, swung on and fouled. A ball and 2 strikes. Very talented freshman right-hander has limited the Bee Diggers to just 2 hits in the game. Holdren, Unrein, and Gillick here in the bottom of the 6th inning. The pitch, swung on line, base hit into left field. That's a base hit for Harley Holdren. Unrein is grounded out and then struck out. It was a wild pitch. So she is 0 for 2. And there is a courtesy runner at first for Brush. Let's see if that's Reese Lambert over there. And I'm not sure why the delay here. You just have a courtesy runner, and that's it. So Unrein will step inside the right-hander's batter's box. 0 for 2 in the game. The Bee Diggers down 11-1 in the bottom of the 6th inning. Wind and pitch. Swing and a miss. No balls and 1 strike. Harding has thrown just 66 pitches. 45 of those for strikes. She's been in control the whole way here for University. With a runner at first. And the offering scoring a bunt, and that is foul to the screen. Count is level at 1-1. One and one with Gillick waiting to hit next. Yeah, we can't spot. That could be Lambert over there. And the offering. And that bounces in. Ball 2, strike 1. Here to Mason Unrein. The Bee Diggers are looking for at least a run to extend the game to the 7th. And the pitch. Swung on, grounded to short. Could be two. Flipped to second for one. Back to first is late. Too much speed there for Unrein as the force goes 6-4. And there is one out.
Now batting first baseman, number 7, Olivia Gillick.
Gillick is lined out and singled. Wind and pitch. Swung on, chopped to third. The throw's going to be to second. That's late. I'm not sure why Kendry Kern went to second, because off with the pitch was Mason Unrein, so that'll be a fielder's choice. No base hit. Just a fielder's choice. There was an easy play at first.
Number 11, Keely Langford.
And here's Keely Langford. Grounded to second and then grounded out to first. So first and second with one out. But no base hit for Gillick, because if Kern throws to first, she's got the easy out. Instead, she went to second, where Unrein never slid, but she was there before the ball got there. And the offering. Swung on and fouled. Again, stepped a little bit back and towards the pitcher to try to go the other way. No balls and one strike. You never see that in baseball, but you do see that in softball, where hitters readjust their feet during the pitch. It's a shorter field. You can afford to do that. And the 0-1. Oh, a check swing, but she went through. She was fooled on that one. No balls and two strikes. It was up and into Langford. 0 for 2 on the day. One out, 11-1 University in the bottom of the sixth inning. No balls and two strikes. And the offering. Swing and a miss. Oh, boy, that pitch was way up there. Neck high. And Langford went for it, and she missed it badly. 2 down. And that is strikeout number 3 for Addison Harding. Here's Amaya Bruno, who popped out and struck out. Well, check that. I think we might have a pinch hitter here, and we will. It'll be Brisa Aguirre Garcia, the freshman. She will bat in this spot for Bruno. The Bay Diggers are down to their final out, unless they score and extend it to the 7th. And Brisa's had a nice season when she's been able to play. Let's see. Let me see how many at-bats she's gotten. But Aguirre Garcia hitting .375. And she's had 16 at-bats with 6 hits. Yeah, she's a solid hitter. Unrein at second, Gillick at first. Wind and pitch. High. 1 ball and no strikes. Here to Aguirre Garcia. The Bay Diggers have not scored since the first inning. And the offering. Swung on, grounded slowly, right side. Tennant has it. She throws to the second baseman covering, and that's the game. Boy, that's a nice play between Tennant and Knapp. The rare 3-4 ground out to end the game. And the University Bulldogs have defeated the Brush Bee Diggers by a score of 11-1. Let's get to the Bee Digger post-game show, which is brought to you by Stubbs Gas and Oil. Fill up your cooler, gas up your car. Stubbs Gas and Oil, easy and convenient, makes them the only stop you need on your way to the big game. Stubbs Gas and Oil. For University, 11 runs and 11 hits, 2 errors, 4 left on base. For Brush, 1 run, 3 hits, 3 errors, 7 left on base. The winning pitcher was freshman Addison Harding. She did a tremendous job out there for the Bulldogs. And the loss went to Mason Unrein. Time of the game, 1 hour and 35 minutes. The Bee Diggers took the early lead on a 2-out RBI double by Harley Holdren in the bottom of the first inning. But then it was all University thereafter. And they finally got things going in the top of the third. They scored their first run on Kaylee Kingsley's RBI single. She had a 2-run homer as well in the game. They tallied 3 more runs in that inning. Callie Jones scored on a wild pitch. Ashlyn Knapp had a 2-run double. There was an unearned run as well in the 4th inning. And if that wasn't enough, once it was 7-1, University officially put the game away in the sixth inning when they tallied 4 more runs. Kingsley had another RBI, a single driving in her 4th run of the game. And then Addison Harding had a base hit that scored 2. Another one scored on an error. So she also not only got the victory on the mound, but a big 2-run single. University with a victory is now 12-4 on the year. And the Bead Diggers fall to 8-8. Time of the game, by the way, 1 hour and 35 minutes. The Bead Diggers are back at it tomorrow when they take on the Resurrection Christian Cougars right here in Brush, 4 o'clock on 1010, as well as KSIR.com. It's all part of the Eastern Plains Sports Network. It begins a week, at least today. Plenty of Brush softball on Thursday there at Valley, and then Brush football on Friday in Estes Park against the Bobcats with Tyler Carmen and Ron Albo. The final score once again today, University behind a 3-hitter from Addison Harding defeats Brush 11-1 on 1010 KSIR and the Eastern Plains Sports Network.